The Seven Devils Mountain peaks form the Idaho-Oregon border as a part of the Rocky Mountain Range. The Seven Devils are locally referred to as Hell's Canyon. The original rock formation formed through volcanic activity laying layers of deposition. From there, uplifting and folding then occurred, forming mountains in the Miocene and Holocene time period. The final major event that shaped the modern-day Seven Devils was the Pleistocene glaciation. The results of this activity are prominent everywhere in the upper elevations of the range, where there are cirques and numerous mountain lakes.
As you probably remember from our glaciers lab, we looked at a topographic map to find evidence of past glaciers. Through Google Earth, we were able to find numerous pieces of evidence that support the theory of Seven Devils once being a glacier. One of the first things we saw was an arête. We know this because it's one long peak or chain of high elevation that is clearly apparent in this picture. We also found two horns. We know this is a horn because of the way the peak is set up in the sense that it forms a triangle, which you can see from the three arrows pointing up towards it. Right here we see another horn that just so happens to be He Devil. He Devil is the highest peak at Seven Devils that stands tall at just about 9,400 feet. Throughout Seven Devils there are numerous cirques, but for right now we'll just look at three of them. As you can see in this picture, there are numerous lakes in this cirque. We know this is a cirque because it looks like a stretched out U shape. If it had been closed like an O, it wouldn't be a cirque, since a cirque has to have an open side. We can see here that there's another cirque, but this cirque has no lakes in it. And here the last cirque has two lakes in it. Through the arête, horns, and cirques, it is easy to conclude that there was once a glacier at Seven Devils.
The Seven Devils mountain range is home to over a dozen peaks. The most prominent of these peaks are He Devil, She Devil, the Ogre, Mount Bale, a Goblin, Twin Imps, and Devil's Throne. The three main peaks, He Devil, She Devil, and Mount Bale, are among the most frequented summits in the range. These peaks are also the tallest in the range, making them ideal for hiking and climbing. The much less traveled northern section is shallower and more mild, while the southern section is similar to the center. The Seven Devils are a part of the Hell's Canyon wilderness, which also includes a variety of nearby lakes. There are 56 lakes in total, most of which are very remote and require a good amount of conviction to visit. Nearby Hell's Canyon offers a stringent contrast between the tall peaks of the Seven Devils. In fact, the height difference between these two land features is approximately 8,000 feet between 8 miles, making this the largest height differential in the state.
The major rock types that make up this geologic area consist of basaltic, andesitic, and volcanic rocks, as shown in the picture on the bottom, as well as limestone, as shown in the picture on the upper left. As a result of faulting and hydrothermal activity, metamorphism has occurred, making sedimentary rocks abundant.
The Snake River runs throughout Seven Devils. Irrigation farmers in the Snake River Basin siphon the waters from the river to make fruitful the high desert of southern Idaho. Energy and nutrients from rivers is perhaps the biggest resource in this geologic province. Another is Hell's Canyon Dam, which provides for hydroelectric power. There's also a large mining industry, which has had an estimated production of over $1 million in copper, silver, lead, gold, and tungsten. The major hazards of this province are floods, earthquakes, fires, and rock slides. So let's start with floods. Occasionally, a flash flood in one of the steep, narrow side canyons of Hell's Canyon can occur as a result of a thunderstorm. These floods are most common when heavy rain combines with snowmelt. There's also earthquakes that occur due to the faults and tectonic history of this province. The tectonic history of Seven Devils includes island arc volcanism, which is represented in the northern Seven Devils by a thick sequence of metamorphosed lava flows of Middle and Upper Triassic Age. The terrain is dominated by massive iron and magnesium-rich volcanic rocks, which were once part of an island chain that existed far off the coast of North America. During the late Jurassic to early Cretaceous interval, rocks of the Seven Devils region were accreted to the western edge of North America. The process of terrain accretion and continental growth shifted the Pacific coastline westwards towards its present location. The island arc continent surging event was followed by a vertical uplift along steep northerly trending normal faults, which offset Miocene flood basalts. Basically, these relatively young faults have played an important role in raising the local mountains to their current elevation. Other hazards are forest fires and rock slides, which occur because of steep slopes.
Now, I know we just told you about some of the hazards at Seven Devils, but please do not let that stop you from visiting this beautiful geologic province on the Idaho-Oregon border. Like Brett had just said before, there are roughly 56 lakes located in Seven Devils that take some extensive hiking to get to. But unfortunately, not all of them are named. So hey, maybe when you feel like going for a hike on some rough terrain, you can name some of those poor, neglected lakes. Not only is Seven Devils great for hiking, but also camping. There are really only about 4 campgrounds located in Seven Devils. Though, lucky for us, you're allowed to camp virtually anywhere on your own in it, but only if you're brave enough to handle the rough terrain. We hope you enjoyed learning about Seven Devils just as much as we did. Even if you can't visit it anytime soon, we recommend flying around on Google Earth, just as Sam Matson would do.